Welcome back to Magic Titans. My name is Adrian, and I'll be your host for this afternoon. It's Friday, and I just kind of felt like playing some Friday Magic. It's the end of the week, so that's exciting, and I actually have the day off tomorrow from streaming, so let's just hang out and talk some Froculus. I'm going to explain what that means. We'll talk about the deck. But yeah, like I said, frankly, this is kind of an impromptu stream where I just wanted to play this deck that I've been, playing and working on. I'm gonna probably take it to MagicCon Vegas and play in some of the modern events there and having an absolute blast. And so, of course, like everything in my life, I said, why not stream it? So yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a slow start because it is an impromptu stream. So I just want to give people a few minutes to just kind of trickle in case they are randomly free at this time of day. But ultimately, this is also for everyone watching it after the fact. So thank you for joining me, and we'll jump right on into it. Cool. So I want to talk a little bit about. Actually, let's go ahead and we'll post up the link in on the channel. And I want to talk to you a little bit about what the deck actually does. So this is, of course, the newest incarnation. We are live. Boom. This is the newest incarnation of Murktide. This is Dimir Murktide, blue-black Murktide. And, of course, that is a card that is legendary for its ability to get really big later, or pretty fast actually if you play it right, but it's kind of a mid-game tempo control deck, fair deck in Modern, if anything can be called such a thing. And what it does is it basically plays this big dragon that is going to become cheaper to cast by exiling cards from your graveyard, and for every instant and sorcery that you cast, it's going to get bigger, right? So that is kind of like the Murktide thing. So you play lots of counter spells. You recently supplement it with Psychic Frog. Actually, you kind of lead with Psychic Frog, which helps fill your graveyard and play that early game. And all is fine and dandy. Along comes Duskmourn, and we have this giant, terrifying, awesome horror eyeball creature. And that has done a lot, actually, for the deck. It's pretty drastically changed a lot of decks. I remember seeing it pop up a few weeks ago, and I was like, okay, is this a gimmick? Is this going to last? I'm not sure. We'll see if it has a staying power, maybe, but we'll kind of let time tell the tale. Fast forward a few weeks, last week, I mentioned on last week's stream, actually, how I saw just an explosion of Oculus lists doing well, and largely I think most or all of these instances are in MTGO online. Makes sense. People need time to get the cards, go out and play events in paper, but at least in MTGO we're seeing a lot of the list being played and a lot of success. And so it's like, cool. So last week on the stream, you can check it out, Bridger and I played a match where I played the updated version with Oculus, and had a lot of fun. I played a few games since then, still really digging it, but I also want to not only make a few tweaks, I also want to really just kind of get into this and really start practicing it. So that's kind of the idea. I have most of the cards for the deck physically, but we're still kind of tweaking and adjusting things as we go. So with that, let's go ahead and dive on into MTGO, and we'll talk a little bit about the list itself. What's up, everybody? Hey, thanks for joining. We're going to take a look at Oculus. This is impromptu random Friday stream that I decided to do about 3 minutes ago. Hey, what's up, Shane? What else do I need in real life? So we'll talk about that soon. Let's see. I don't see. I actually don't have any mystical disputes, which is kind of annoying and random. And the other one that I'm trying to grab right now is I'm down 1 Glistening Deluge, maybe 2, depending on when I'm running. So I don't know, Shane, if you have any mystical disputes or Glistening Deluge. This one came out in Mom, so it's relatively recently. And we're going to talk about kind of the tech there. This is the list that I ran last week and was generally happy with it. But in playing more games, I noticed a couple things. So I'll say this. Last week I talked about a couple different versions of this. One that gets rid of the Bowmasters entirely, this is an example of that. You have things like the Overlord of the Baelmerk, which I haven't tried, but is very interesting. And then you have ones that keep a couple Bowmasters in here. And I love Mobmasters. They're just amazing cards. They're obviously great against the One Ring. They're great against Boros. One thing that I'm very cautious about with this deck is leaning too heavily on a lot of the reanimation stuff. Like sometimes you just need to play fast creatures, and that's part of what this deck does. So the Frog, Bowmaster, Oculus obviously can be fast, but if they play Graveyard Hate early, that could become a problem. And then what I have been enjoying is a full playset of this Phyrexian Crusader, which is literally just here to go fight those Boros decks. 3 mana for a first strike protection from red and white, 2/2 infect. And it just puts a nasty creature that they can't really deal with. It blocks great, it fights great. It's just playing the creature game, you know what? So those are on their way. And all this to say, I really like Bowmaster. And I might want to play with a version that has 4. I will actually pull up. This is a list. Let's see if this actually screen shares. Yeah, perfect. Cool. So here, let's do this. Let me zoom this in. Get rid of this unsightly search bars. There we go. Oh, Duskmourn. There you are. Go away. Okay, so this is 6th place in Modern Challenge by Soul Strong, and I really like this version of it. It's got 4 Oculus, going down to 2 Murktide, which I think is totally fair. What was I running last week? Last week it was, yeah, 2. Okay, cool. So we're on the same page there. 2 Murktides, 4 Bowmasters though, 4 Frogs. Only 1 Harbinger of the Seas in the main board, and then I think another 2 in the sideboard. 3 Deluges, as I kind of referred to earlier. 4 Crusaders in sideboard. And so that's all very interesting. And then it's a pretty nice suite in the middle here. 1 Consign main board, which is interesting. I might swap that out. But obviously you have your 4 counter spells, your 4 Fatal Push. You have 2 Force Negation, which I like, and then 1 in the sideboard, which I like. 2 into Stupor. The less that I've been playing, the deck I've been playing only runs 1. And I mentioned this a little bit last week. The lands can be a little bit scary. I'm running with, there's no preordains when you run Oculus. So it's a little harder to dig through your deck to get lands when you need them. And so that's a little spooky. So this is slightly better. 2 Spell Pierce, 3 Spell Snare. That's great. And you need the 4 Thought Scour to sort of fill your graveyard, and it's a cantrip, which is great. So there's a lot that I like about this. 3 Consigns, sure. I think I've been running 3 or 4, but most are all in the sideboard. Harbinger, I just absolutely adore, and I've been actually enjoying playing them in the main board. There's 2, I think, here. So, you know, there's things to play around with, but I'm really interested in the fact that this has 4 Bowmasters, which is going to be a ton of fun to play. So we will see. Sam Hayes, great question. Why 1 Shoot the Sheriff over something like Dismember? So honestly, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is one of the cards that I wanted to mention. Shoot the Sheriff appears every once in a while, and I'll tell you what, every time I've drawn it, I've never been disappointed. It's always like just a great way to, if you're playing the mirror and they get their big Murktide up and you want to take it out, Dismember would be enough to kill another Oculus, so that's not a problem. Obviously, Big Eldrazi or Primeval Titan, all these things. So the question I keep asking myself, though, is should I just accept that if they've gotten that big thing out, that I've already messed up, right? With 1 million counter spells, I should be playing so that I can kill it before it gets out. On the other hand, like I said, I've drawn it several times and always been like, perfect, this is exactly what I needed. So Shoot the Sheriff, it's like maybe on the menu, but I'm not entirely sure. So that's a great question. And then what's up, Tea Time with Toby? Let's see, says, finally moved into my new flat, won't be staying long, as I'm hotspotting off my phone, it's chewing through the data. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for tuning in, Tea Time. Glad you are safely moved in, and thanks for checking in. This is a very, very impromptu stream. I just was like, I'm going to play Magic, so I might as well be online. So I'll be doing this for like the next hour or so, maybe a couple hours. And yeah, that's the plan. So I think, let me go ahead and actually grab, where is it? We'll grab this. I'm going to import the deck, and then we can either play it or we can kind of tweak it from there. So strong. Let's copy this over. And then, boop, boop, boom. Too many screens. Let's shrink this back down so y'all can see. Ye old MTGO, a little bit better. Boom. So ugly. Let's get rid of that. Okay, perfect. Oh, there we are. So let's go ahead and create a new deck. Let's import it. This will be Oculus for Bowmasters for modern, and I don't know. Let's do like a super matter. Where's the black? So that's kind of the focus here. All right, cool. Do I want to tweak anything from here? As I mentioned, the main board consign is a little strange for me. Would I move something else over? I could swap it for Second Harbinger, which is closer to what I've been running there. These are all sideboard pieces. That's easy. Stern Scolding, there is some argument to be moving it over. I don't think another force is the answer. So unless I'm pulling a card or moving or adding a card, I think that feels correct. All right, let's see. So Sam says, also, has the modern meta shifted towards Nihil Spellbomb over Cling to Dust? Would assume the extra instant sorcery could matter post-board for Murktide. I like Cling to Dust. I also, the sideboarding on these decks is very, very interesting. So you notice, yeah, one, there's no Cling to Dust. There's also no Break the Ice. So you're kind of relying on Harbingers in order to kind of just bully those matchups. And then the Nihil Spellbomb is great into kind of the mirror, more the mirror, right? Whereas Clean to Dust is like great. It's great into energy. Get rid of those single Boros cards, sorry, the single Flage cards. Whereas this is the whole graveyard. So I think it's up for debate, honestly, Sam. I think they're both valid. I've been seeing a lot more spell bombs in the Frogtide decks. Yeah. Have you played Commander much, Adrian? If so, if you played the timey-wimey deck, I find it really slow with 0 ramp that I'm always stuck, not really doing anything. And when I do, public enemy #1. Yeah, so Commander's actually my primary way of playing Magic. We play a lot of Commander in the studio every Thursday. It's game, hobby stream, and then Magic Night, and we all play Commander. Shane comes down, Sam comes down. Yeah, so it's we played a lot. I've seen a bit of timey-wimey. It's an incredibly complicated and dense deck, and it can have that problem, right, where people are like, that seems crazy, or I don't understand it, I don't like it, I'm just gonna kill you, and that definitely happens sometimes. I think both Shane and Sam actually have some experience with the deck, if you guys have any input there. Feels like Tron matchup could be really rough without the Damping Spheres or Break the Ice. I don't mind Damping Spheres. In fact, I don't really like it because I think it hurts me more. But Break the Ice, I love Break the Ice. So definitely want to keep my eyes on that. Yeah. Oh, other interesting thing. This deck does not have any of the new lands. 3 islands, a swamp, which is fine. But you notice it's running 3 shock and none of the, what are they called? Yeah, Gloom Lake Verges, which, I don't know about that. But I'll tell you what, I own 3 shocks and I don't own any of these Gloom Lake Verges. So let's just jump into a game and see what we can do with that. So, yeah, no worries, Sam. I appreciate it. It's kind of fun to just think through it. All right, Blade Master, let's go. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely Friday. Almost the weekend. Yes, I would like to be on the play. All right, let's see. So we've got Unearth and Frog and Oculus in hand, which is fantastic. I wish this was a fetch, and you can see I'm a little nervous because I only have 1 card. However, we do have 2 Thought Scours and the Force, so I think I'm going to be greedy, and we're just going to keep it because there's plenty of things that we can do here. So we're just going to pay that. Yes, we'll shock ourselves, and then we will just pass and you know, we're most likely just going to be, yeah, we will just be thought scouring, but let's let them think we might have a fatal push or something ready, or a single counterspell. Okay, nope. So we're just going to thought scour ourselves. We're going to drill into our own brain. We did hit a Murktide, which is the worst reanimation target. Okay. And they've got a Verdant Catacomb. Is this Soul Trader? Or Yogg? It's probably some sort of creature combo thingy. We did pull a Swamp, which is fantastic. So they could have a Fatal Push. They'd be ready for it if we play Frog. But I don't. So it's either we dig for a turn, hoping to get like a 1-mana counterspell so we can play Frog and be protected next turn. Or no lessons learned. Let's just go. Oh man, I imported the deck. I got the ugly Frog. Yeah, here it comes. Bump, 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 ba bump, ba bump. Oh, they're surveying. Perfect. So we're good. I love it. So this is really what you want to see, because now going into their turn, we have a force up. So if they want to try a removal on the Frog, we can just pitch Thought Scour. Sorry, we pitch Oculus. Oh, no, it's Exile. We pitch Thought Scour, and we do this. Yeah, that's loud. So what is this? I'm not familiar with this deck. Red-green monsters. Interesting. Big dinos and stuff. Do we want to do anything at the end of the turn? No, I don't think so. Man, I feel a lot better. They have no mana up. This is pretty fantastic. So we can pitch the Oculus to the Frog, unearth it. That'll give us 1 mana, 2 if we want it, which is nice for Bowmasters. Do we want to be able to hit them? I don't think we care. I think we go in and we see if they want to try to block, and we're not too upset if they want to put both. We could kind of threaten everything, to be honest. So we're gonna swing on in, see if they offer anything up. Anything tasty? Nope. So we'll get the trigger. Bowmaster, love it, love it, love it. We are gonna shock this in, although I feel like they're gonna be doing a lot of just face damage. So that's a little bit oh, I forgot to pitch. I'm an idiot. I'm dumb. Oh well. Silly me. So we'll do that. We will unearth the Oculus for a black. And then we'll wait to see what I'll do next turn. Yeah, Mel actually just played the Raccoon deck last week and said it was awesome. So we're not manifesting any creatures, which is a bummer. And they're both instants or sorceries, so it doesn't super matter. For Murktide, they're both going to be the same. I have like 1 win in like 40 games at the timey wimey. Oh man, but it's fun, and that's the most important thing with Commander. You know, Commander for me is just about doing cool things, like winning. Like put yourself in those fun situations, and then like trying to win with that is like nice, but it's not super mandatory. Yeah. So this makes me do think this is some version of Yogg. Yeah, we don't want to counterspell this, or we can't. I actually don't need these headphones. Let me know if the audio gets out of hand. Malevolent Rumble. No, I think we're fine. Just gonna let them search for their combo piece. I'm a little nervous because if it is Yogg, I don't know the current lines super well, but we'll see. Jesus. I'm just making spawns. Yeah, I'm... One of these triggers I'm probably supposed to try to stop. But I don't know. The thing is, we can just go over top of them. Okay. So it's going to give something else haste. Again, can't counter it. I can ping it with Bowmaster. What the heck is this deck? Aha, here we go. Oh, it's the one we saw in the graveyard. Nice. When it enters with 2, blah, blah, blah. Trample, ward. Yeah, that sucks. We can't counter it. We can Thought Scour to try to get a counter. He doesn't have any mana up, so we could... It could happen. So I'm going to try for it. So I'm going to try to mill myself. But really, we're just doing it for the card draw right now. It's a Fatal Push. So not quite what we're looking for. Okay. So we accept it. Oh, no. You know what I needed to do? That's what I needed to do. Kill the goblin so he doesn't get haste. Yeah. That's a bummer. That was the line right there. Yeah, again, we can't stop that. 18 trample. No! Bring it on. Well, now we know how the deck works. Okay, how much can I afford to take? We can't Bowmaster it in. If I do this, I take 16 and I die, so I literally have to block with both, which feels very bad. But that's the way it's going to go. So we tax. We put our blockers in. We'll probably be fatally pushing something here. Unless I want to just save it to pitch to Frog, but I don't think so. Is there anything critical? This just makes everything cheaper, which is good. I don't yet understand this tech piece. This piece. And obviously this costs way more than even 4 mana, which is what we'd be eligible for. So we'll just push that. Yeah, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. So Harbinger turns off all his, well, it makes all his lands islands. It's not going to be enough to save us. So I'm trying to think. We don't have any main board wipes here. We don't have Shoot the Sheriff. Just saying, we wanted that. Yeah, I think we're just going to go to game 2 here. Okay. So it is creature combo, but it is very honest and very stoppable. Honestly, all I needed to do there, not all I needed to do, what I needed to do there to buy myself more time and give me a chance to just go over their head is to Fatal Push the Goblin when they declare, bringing in the Dinosaur so that you can't gain haste. That's the big one there. So Glistening is very interesting here because it is here, so y'all can see. -1 for all creatures, -2 extra if they're green or white. And they had a lot of kind of small enablers there. Harbinger of the Seas is nice if we get it early. How many mana of 2 spells do they have there? I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna get rid of these Spell Pierces because it seems, it's very creature heavy. Definitely want to bring in at least a couple of these Deluges. Fatal Push isn't terrible. I don't mind these. Again, I think the forces are not great here because they were just plain creatures all day. So we'll grab the last Deluge. I think a Harbinger is not crazy. And a Stern Scolding is nice. Is it nicer than a counter spell? It only works on their small Griblies. So I might play that safe. Sync is nice for those big baddies. So let's try that. I think also like combination of sideboard, but also just playing a little bit better. It was definitely winnable. So we are going to be on the play here. Yes, I would like to. All right, what does this look like? We're going first. I am not too crazy about it. Is it bad enough to get rid of? Mill. We potentially have a pretty early Oculus if we can get to a land. So I have these two out. We get mill 4. And then we really would like to have Frog so we can hit him very quickly. But Oculus is pretty dang good for momentum here. So we're going to be risky for the biscuit and keep this. If you're just tuning in now, I'm just playing Magic. It's Friday, hanging out, and just having a good time. So we drew a counterspell, which is neither here nor there. Really hate drawing those surveil lands. And we're just going to be thought scouring, but they don't need to know that. Checks out. Time to drill into our own brain, see what comes out. Harbinger. Okay. And now we have 3 things in graveyard. Cool. Yeah. We are going to see if we can get another playable land right now. I mean, we'll see what they have for graveyard hate. That's what we wanted to see. Because this gives us access to Fatal Push. Ooh, it does mean we're not going to have Harbor or Oculus next turn unless we draw. But that's life. If they don't play something to Fatal Push, we can instead grab the Surveil to then kind of filter for what we actually want here. So that's nice. Have you considered doing some collabs with MTG Titans and other YouTube Magic channels? Would love to see you and Bergeron Commander at home. Yeah, definitely. We did have LRR on at one point. We did a collab with them, and we've been talking about doing stuff with like Vince for a while. We just don't do a ton of content with Magic. It's just like we don't have time. So lately it's kind of just been like our for fun thing. I know we could do a lot, but there's just only so many hours in the day, and you know Warhammer's gonna be that first priority. Amped Raptor. Okay, so we're gonna be pushing. But look, never say never. The main thing is we just need to find someone that is willing to do kind of the day-to-day stuff. Yeah. Amped Raptor. What the heck is this deck? Is this... I don't know if anyone... Let me know in the comments. Is this a deck that I'm supposed to know about? Ooh. Tough call. We talked about getting rid of this Torchbearer as soon as possible last time, but also I really don't want to take an Amped Raptor to face. No, I let it go. If they do that, then we push the Raptor and they've killed both. That's perfect for us. Yeah, let's go to combat. Very interesting. Well, I'll tell you what. We know we're pushing. So let's go ahead and grab that now. Yeah, we'll shock it in just for some flexibility. Boom, boom. And then do we just want to get rid of this now? Probably. I'll have the Raptor next, but that's fine. The Courier is really what's going to enable their big combos. So we'll just kill this little thing. That's fair. Gotta have time for yourself. I know you're busy with all those AOS and 40k content. Yeah, I mean, look, the truth is I love it. Like, I wouldn't be streaming right now if it wasn't fun. So, Evoked. They're gonna kill my graveyard. Normally, I think it's to cycle themselves, isn't it? Yeah, that does hurt. We wanted our Oculus. But we will survive. Cool. So we're going into the next turn. New plan. Come on. Okay, so we're definitely surveilling. We'll see what we hit here. Swamp. We like that. We've already played the surveil for the turn. Do we actually like that? Oculus and Murktide both are bad right now. Mana. We're gonna have... I actually... Man, that's tough. That's tough. If I pull Harbinger... No, it's early enough. If I pull Harbinger, it's gonna make everything that's not basic into islands, and I'm gonna want to have that swamp. So I can't be too short-sighted here. It still is... It's turn 3, but they're not moving super fast. That's the reason why, Sam. I sideboarded 3 Harbingers in. Breakout, so this is what? They're digging. If it's 2 or less, you can put it on the battlefield, gain haste. It lets them dig a little bit here. If I don't, I'm going to take Raptor to the face because we could Bowmaster and have a blocker. I think we're going to allow this because, again, it's just them digging for their stuff. Better to counterspell the actual important pieces rather than things that are going to get them those pieces. I think. Yeah, all right. We saw this guy last game. Maybe I should just keep this here so y'all can see. Let's go to combat. All right. I don't like it, but we got to do it. Blue, a black, the Bowmaster. So we shoot the Raptor, and then they're not going to be drawing a lot of cards, so I'm not necessarily expecting to get a huge army. Yeah. So I think I want to chump something. Yeah, exactly. Trade on the board with the Goblin. So we're going to trade Boom into... They don't really matter. Neither has Trample. So we'll just block that. We'll take 2. And Boardmaster... Actually, how do we back out of blocks here? I'd actually like to have... There we go. Kill that one. Trade that. Cool. Make go sometimes. Clicking, man. Double block. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. All right, end of turn. Nothing to do. Come on, big money. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's the one I kept, right? We didn't actually draw it. We just put it on top. Okay. It's going to be a quiet turn, folks. We're playing the land. Counterspell in hand. Just got to sit. Oh, my God. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think we try to slow him. This is going to get us closer. If we draw the right card, we can have Murky T up next round. Small, very small, but it's a flyer, and it's bigger than most of their things. Yeah, we'll just take it on the face. Niblex takes the damage. All right. Murky, baby. Yeah, I think we just go for that. It's just absolute brute force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm just making sure I'm not crazy. Let's pay the blue to make sure we don't mess that up. And then the rest. Cool. All right, so we got Murky T on the table. Oculuses are big sad about the graveyard. This is like that weird interaction thing, right? Where it's like you have the Murktides and the Abhorrents fighting for each other, fighting for the same resources. If you can get Oculus out first, and then actually no, this is the correct order because when the Abhorrents eat cards in the graveyard, then they can make Murktide bigger. It's just tough because it's turn 5. We would like to have more things prepared for that. Let's see, what does this one do? When it enters a permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn, add 2 green mana. Yeah, okay. Just big, gruel, rampy stomp stuff. Show me what you got. If they attack, I'm suspicious. Yeah, there we go. Come on. Come on. This is why we do it. Yeah, like I was saying last night, Sam, I want to play with the Bailmerk. The person didn't have it in this list, but I wanna experiment with it. So yeah, this is beautiful. We want to swing first because it will make us weaker. Just double checking there's no sneaky reach in here. Yeah. Cut Thought Scour. Thought Scour? You would cut Thought Scour? Oh, I guess it has a similar role. I don't know. I like me some cantrips. All right, so we're gonna swing. Murky Tea. Yeah, it does. Beautiful. And then we're gonna very carefully cast this. Black, black, blue. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Look at that. Yeah, we're going to round 3. Okay, well, I think honestly they drew a little bit worse. We played a little better and we sideboarded better, or we sideboarded well. So that feels good. I don't think I want to bring anything in. Yeah, we're just gonna run it back. It shifts the tempo of the deck more towards mid-range, though. I mean, I really like mid-range. That's my favorite way to play Magic. And I actually really like I already like Frogtide, but I really like the way that Froculus has, the Oculus has changed the deck here. Wow. No, we can't keep this. It's just like a total gamble. Okay, cool. So good and bad. Psychic Frog, good. Surveillance, bad. Double Surveillance. And no. I mean, we're going to keep it just because I need cards in hand. We don't have to waste the Spell Snare. We can Surveil turn 1. We're going to keep it. What are we going to get rid of? We're going to pitch this Surveil. Because we want to get those at the right time. Oh, they are on the play, so Spell Snare is actually kind of interesting to have ready, so we might not Surveil turn 1. Yeah. Alright, let's see what we get here. Murktide. Meh. They're definitely going to try for a turn 2 drop. But I would like to bring the frog in. And they don't really... We haven't seen any spot removal that I can remember. So I think we let them get that. And I think we have the sewers start to fill our graveyard. Mr. Bowmaster. That is nice. We can play the frog next turn. Oculus wouldn't be quite... I think I'm going to take it. It's just nice, and it's going to help with... Like, our tempo is a bit slowed by playing the Surveil land, and this is going to help us kind of stabilize once we get the frog out. That's the theory. Oh my god, look at my clock. It's 10 minutes lower. I am talking, but I'm also very slow. That's how I am in every single game. Ooh, Amped Raptor would have been a good Spell Snare. Would have been good. Yeah. That's pretty good. My god. This is crazy. Look how fast this blew up. This is on 2 lands, folks. 2 lands. What is this archetype? Again, I'm curious if anyone knows. Nothing to say here. Nothing to say. Take the damage. We want to deluge as soon as possible. I almost wonder if I Bowmaster this turn instead. Zap the Raptor, block the Goblin, and save the Frog, because that's a 2-for-1. Yes. I think we do that, actually. As sad as I am to say no Frog. Yeah, let's do it. They're putting a lot of pressure. Okay, here we go. So here's the graveyard hate. Exile a single card, and then once per, they can sack it to get rid of all graveyards. So we're gonna have to be careful with that on the field. We could not counter it. Oh, we could counter it. Ooh. This is our only chance to remove it. I don't know. What do you think? Get rid of this? We're going to take a lot of damage if we do. If we don't. Yeah, we're in a tough spot. I don't think I can take it. I think we're going to have to. They'll have to keep that mana open, I guess. Are they convoking? Big Daddy. Big Daddy Dinosaur. Yeah. So glad we kept this. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oops, we have to cancel because we need to fetch. Oh, thank God we didn't do it. We shock. Although, again, maybe you shouldn't have done that in this matchup. Okay. That's fine. A little eager there, mister. No dinosaur. Sure. Oh, I have to choose one. Oh, they're doing the singular. We're going to get rid of the land. Yep. Which is why you want to do that in that order. Okay. And they convoked, so we're not going to take any of this damage. Weird. That was a wild turn. Oh my goodness. Another Bowmaster. What is going on here? Really would have wanted a land or... No, I wanted a land. I wanted a land. Sets us up for a lot of stuff. As it is, we're just going to continue with the plan as before. We have a more limited counter spell in the form of Spell Snare, so we just need to keep an eye on that. Yeah, it's not the worst draw. It helps us stabilize. It's... Yeah, we'll see. They've got to be assuming I've got Bowmasters or Counterspell here. Yeah, go for it. Raptor Goblin. Yep. Courier Emissary. Yep. We're just running them down, which is great. That's fine. Right, so they killed the artifact just to trigger their extra mana when the hidden herbalists come into play. So they've got 2... Let's see. Yeah, it's the wildest thing. So this isn't part of a league or anything, so sometimes you get really weird builds, people just trying things out. No! Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, so we've got to kill the goblin or we just lose here. So it's not what we were hoping for. So we're gonna Bowmaster in. We go black, blue. Bring them on in. Yeah, the Righteous Face Puncher squad. You know, I appreciate it. I really do. I'm trying to be all tricksy and wacky here. He can sack in response. Yeah, but it gives a target creature haste, and it's meant to go for the dinosaur who's not resolved yet. So we do that. He can sack it and give something else haste. Yeah. Now you're good. This doesn't change the fact that we have a 14/14 dinosaur, and we'll probably still lose. No, you're good. This was my mistake that cost me the first game. Going in with just that, huh? Okay. They're really trying to miss. Yeah. Yeah, I think we just gotta trade here, and I can't think of the card that will save me here, but let's see. Does it buy me a turn? Oh, it literally buys me one turn. We bounce it. It's 7 mana. 1, 2, 3. That's what we needed. So this is 4, 5. Oh, I can't cast it. Yeah, that's GG's. Yeah, you're right. I don't have the mana, and it has ward too. Okay, well, there we go. So that's the first game. Like we said, you get weird stuff. Definitely still playing around with, like, the deck plays quite differently, honestly, which I like. I am curious. I don't want to change the deck just yet. What's the name? Bale something rather. This is gonna be way too many. Here we go. Overlord. So the impending is 2. Enters or you mill 4. Return a non-avatar creature card. Planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand. Yeah. So it is in early game. It's different than a Thought Scour, right? Because it's gonna mill me more cards, but it's not gonna replace itself until later on. Oh no, it will. You mill and then you. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, it goes back to hand. Okay. Yeah. So it's nice for getting some of those creatures back, but it's not giving you those spells. So it's very interesting. It's very, very worth considering. I haven't seen people run more than 2, and I've been seeing some people run 1, which is very strange to me. So, okay, worth considering. I think it's really, really interesting. For now, we're just going to go ahead and run it back, and we'll see what we get here. Got Mel texting me. She's out riding. Just got to the bar. Pretty sure that means barn. Oh, sorry, I wasn't sharing. Yeah, Overlord of the Balemerc, folks. All right, Ether Claw with your Is It picture. Is it? Okay, we've got Frog, we've got Unearth. Nice, we've got Harbinger. I'm into it. Sync is whatever. Mana, I don't love the mana situation, but it is, I think, totally worth keeping. We are on the play. Oh my god, another Verdant. What is this? What is this? All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, very tempting. Okay, so because of that, we are going to shock in Watery Grave. Keep ourselves open for a push or a spell pierce or a spell snare. Lots of great options. And then I kind of want to draw a faster land next turn. Because we're going to take a lot of damage if we have to play this Sink into Stupor. I mean, it might be Golgari. It is maybe Stink into Stupor. So they're just surveilling. Bridger doesn't like the surveil lands, and I don't like how ubiquitous they are, but I like the little interaction of, like, okay, when are you shocking something in to cast mana? Are you surveilling to get digging? I think it's fun. Okay, so it could be probably E-ramp here, maybe. Do we care? We could stop it. Slowing them is nice. We're not going to be pushing. I think, yeah, let's just try to slow them down. If it is E-ramp, they're going to want to get their amulets and stuff up, which is what the spell snare will be for. That and just pitching. Oh, come on. An even slower land. God. Okay, the good news is if it is E-ramp or Tron, it would be E-ramp, then they're just going to try to punch us to death. Yeah, we're going to play it. Yeah, we're going to take the damage. Oh, Jesus. We're going to bring in little Froggo, black and blue. Which is what they're going to be after we beat them up. Sewers and Bolt. I'm not convinced they're going to give me something to kill. Bolt in the scene next turn. No, I think this is okay. Yep, there's the talisman. That's fine. Malevolent Rumble. Yep. Yeah, this is definitely E-ramp. Yeah. Which is my favorite Eldrazi deck. I just think it's very, very resilient. Even the Harbingers, which I have in hand, which just kills things like Tron or Through the Breach. This deck kind of just plays around because it's got Utopia Sprawl, it's got all the mana rocks, it has Malevolent Rumble, so it's got a lot of ways of just generating mana regardless of what you do. They're like, cool, it's an island that produces the color that I actually need. So I really like it. It was the other deck that I strongly considered picking up. Okay. So we have our like unearth combo other than the things we actually want to reanimate. So we're ready for when we draw something. We don't have a choice on this necessarily. I think we put the frog in. We can't pitch anything just yet. Unless I double discarded and then give them flying. That just feels like a waste. I think we just swing. We see if they want to lose their spawn. And we can take it a little bit slow. Do I push him? No. That's dumb. That's dumb. Yeah, see, they need the mana. So we'll draw. Force. Non-creature. It's not amazing here. It's mostly for the rocks. Okay, so now we didn't get a land, which means we can sewers. We're going to take a little peek at the next card. It is another land. I think 3 is fine for now. So we're going to graveyard this. And then we've got 2 prepared. It's all just reactionary stuff. So that's fine, unless I wanted to just kill the spawn right now. They clearly want the mana. 4, 5, maybe 6 next turn, which is enough for some of their... That's enough for the fungus to be able to get rid of one of my lands and do a thing. So I'm going to... And I already have a 1 mana counterspell. So we are actually going to push them now before they can do anything with that mana. And then we'll see if we were right about any of that. This is why I love Modern. It's like, it's so tight. You're trying to like figure out this puzzle. It's very interesting. It's 3, 4, 5. Did we slow them enough? Yes, we did. Do we want to pitch anything? Nope. Cool. Here it is. So we can Oculus, unearth it. We just go to combat. I'm going to slow down because this is when I always misclick something. We're going to attack. Declare attackers. We're in the block step. We'll just do it now just to be safe. We're going to pitch the Oculus and nothing else. We punch. We get the card draw. It's a push. We're going to unearth, and we'll have 2 mana left, which is good. So we're going to go ahead and cast. Bring out the eyeball with the black manana. And then This is really nice to have force, unless they have something at the end of their turn, which I don't think they do. 2 mana open. Yeah, we're good. We're chilling. Nothing else to reanimate. I don't like that thinking. I don't much appreciate that. Oh no, they're casting something. 2, 3, 4. What is that? What is it? What is it? Ah, K command. Yep. Mm-hmm. And it is my turn, so I won't have the counterspell up. Okay. I don't see a way around it. It's happening. Okay. Do I get to see what they pick? They do, yeah. Scry and create. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they're not going for the kill. They're just trying to ramp. They want to get Big Daddy out. They need 13 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. They're not quite there yet. So we have some time. I'm kind of surprised they don't have the mana to kill the Oculus. They did. That's the whole point. Oh no, it's the dream. Yes, we're gonna manifest. Oh my god. Oh my god. So if you haven't seen this, it's heinous. So we manifest. It is another Oculus, which we can flip at any time, and it's pretty good. Oh, I love it. This is one of my favorite things about the new version of this deck is those moments of unexpected joy. Like, the deck is all about control, manipulation, but then it's nice when, like, unexpected cool things happen. They've got a lot of mana on the field, though. So here's Emrakul. They did get to 13. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Let's see. So, yeah, Kozilek. When did they pitch this? No. That's pretty brutal. Do we have a way to stop any of this? They don't have a tempo threat in their hand and judge that digging for a way to generate positive tempo instead of neutral was the call. Yeah, that's fair. All right, think. We could flip. We're gonna take. It's 7 to everything, right? 5 to everything, which is so perfect here. It's so perfect. We could pitch to make the frog big, but then next turn they're gonna control our turn, and then they just put the frog in. The flyers were nice because they couldn't be blocked by Emrakul. So that's why Kozilek's return is really important here. That's absolutely devastating. Okay. Fatal push my manifest. Why? Aren't they going to die anyways? Oh, they're going to get exiled, huh? No. Why do you recommend that? If I was him, I'd pitch your hand to frog and then push it while the triggers were on the stack. Yeah, so we're just trying to get rid of the fatal push. Yeah, I think that's a fair point. So let's do that. It's going to kill this. No, he doesn't control it until next turn. But frankly, I don't want to have... I don't want to give him a fatal push. So we'll do that. Because he could also unearth and then kill it. Yeah, it's just very... it's very complicated. It's hard to predict. Which is another reason I ended up not going with this E-Ramp deck, because you really need to know what your opponent does and is trying to do. So it's pretty big. All right, and now we go into my turn, which he now controls. I've never been on the receiving end of this. They should unearth an Oculus. No, because I'm gonna get my actual turn next turn. So I get a turn after this. So getting rid of the push was a good call, Sam. Harbinger. What? Oh, force the unearth. Yeah, that would be really, really evil and smart. Well, no, because they can't force in their own turn. All right, is it my actual turn now? Yeah, okay. All right. Well, how do we dig ourselves out? You know, what'd be real nice right now. Nah, just kidding. I can't shoot the sheriff him. Yeah. I need to get the Harbinger killed, which I can't really. We keep it as a blocker. He's gonna do 11 to me. I can double Harbinger and then double block. I won't have a spell snare, but at this point, they've already done the thing. So, yeah. We're just gonna Harbinger, double block, and just... I mean, I don't think there's much we can do. It might even be worth just scooping, honestly, and getting to round 2. I've burned 3 minutes on my clock versus his. Yeah, that's fair. Cool. So we're going to go to blockers. Oh, yep, okay. I thought I skipped it. Come on. Oh, it's got flying. He's got this. I'm just going to move on. Move on with my life. Okay, so early Harbinger is okay. Consign is great for a few of the things there. It stops the rocks. It stops the Kozilek's return triggers. Yeah, all 3. Pulling things. This counters rocks, but so does Consign. So let's just start with that. Spell Pierce is less good here because they have so much mana. Like, excuse me, you can catch him out. Oh, but Fatal Push is really bad. Push is like pretty much entirely useless here. So we pull that. Spell Bomb actually isn't crazy because of Kozilek's return being so nasty against me. I'm a little sad losing. Push isn't completely useless now I think about it because they do have the fungus, which is CMC 4 because it's 4 without the kicker. So it's not terrible. Force. What does force stop? It's all their like things that get them going. But I'm not in love with it. Yeah, no, Consign is just amazing. Like I said, this deck only runs 3. I would consider 4. Yeah, and it's great for K Command. I'm happy with all that. Oh, K Command is bigger targets for force. It's pretty nice. A lot of people do it on my end step, so they get around it a lot. Yeah, let's not count on that. Let's take a force. Take out Harbinger completely? What would you put inside? Let's stop these mana rocks. Yeah, let's give it a go. It's interesting. Yeah. All right, so we're on the play. We got to go fast and keep protection up. That is the plan. Okay, how about 3? Oh, man. I mean, it's very weird. We don't actually have a way to pitch this. We'll counter spells up by turn 2. We're playing super defensive, which isn't the end of the world. We're going to keep it. Devour of Destiny. Okay. So getting to dig a little bit. We could choose to not shock. But I am going to stick with my theory earlier, which remains true. Basically, they can just kill us in one, or they don't kill us at all. Which, is, in my experience, is what happens with E-Ramp. Yep. So now they're going to dig, because they have the trigger from Devourer of Destiny. They look at the top 4 cards of the library. They can put one into their one into hand, and then the rest get exiled. So fun. Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, go for it. Are we shocking? We are shocking. Shocking. I mean, I wouldn't like to, but I will. So they've got 3 mana. They can rock and roll. 4 mana. That's what they do. So they could double rock. They could get the fungus out without the kicker, which is honestly not bad if they're just trying to get there quickly. And then we try to counterspell that. They are generating the 4 mana here. Emptying it out. Oh, this guy. So 2/2, he's kicked, which is going to allow them to exile target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. When you cast it, if it was kicked with its blah, 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 return target creature. Okay, yeah. So 2/2, get rid of the spell bomb. They really don't like the spell bomb, which makes me want to counter this. It gives them a creature in tempo. So I think we are going to... Oh, but the kicker's already going to happen. Right? Because it's already cast. So do I really care about this 2/2? No, I'm actually going to just pop it, get rid of their graveyard, and then draw a card. Yes. Trigger. Yes. Pay. Yes. Cool. I'm okay with this. And then, frankly, I could still counter that creature. I'm going to let it through. Yeah. I'm going to save this for a rock. Big is in likelihood we're having another passive turn where we're just waiting next turn. Okay, so here we go. Polluted Delta. Yeah, checks out. So play that land. And as predicted, kind of passive turn. We will just have to take that damage, which is, you know, a bit of a bummer. But not the end of the world. Frog would have been nice. Yep. I don't know if I'm supposed to cycle this Unearth. Maybe I am. It's just hard because it's like I have the Oculus right there. But I would have to draw Frog in order to activate it. You think I cycle? Yeah. Nice. Unless they give me something here. Which they did. So we're gonna... They're gonna get their stuff anyways. So we're gonna say 3 counterspell is a long stall. Yeah, exactly. It is a long stall. This doesn't mean we're not gonna be able to cycle because it's cycle for 2. We will counter. But the thing that drives me crazy about these dang Eldrazi is they have these amazing effects on cast, which makes it impossible to stop with anything but consign. It's just like so infuriating. Like I can counter them all day, but you know, he didn't really care that much about a 3/3 like I do, because it's gonna add up. But they're happy to just ramp here. So they'll be out of mana here. No, does it come and play tapped? It better. No, of course it doesn't. Why would it? So they'll exile something, they'll have 2, which they could turn into a rock, which we could then counter. Soulless Jailer. Yeah, we can't allow that. This is going to put my graveyard in jail. We'll shock it in. We'll catch them like a little fox. A little foxy jailer here. Wait, what? What happened? I misclicked. Well, that happens. That happens. So now we can't get to our graveyards. Which is a bummer. That's a bummer. We needed a push there. Hurts my soul. Can they not? They can't be the target either, can they? Permanents can't enter the battlefield. They can't cast spells. Okay. Players can't cast non or exile. That's fine. Okay, so we can still Oculus stuff in the graveyard. It's just locked in there. So it's not terrible. I think we... Ugh, this is ugly. We can cycle for a draw. We can... Spellbomb's not going to be worth it. I'd like to keep a counterspell because they've got 2, 4... Yeah, we can still Murktide 2. 2, 4, 6. It's not the end of the world. It's just annoying because I literally had the spell snare right there. 2, 4, 6... 7, 8. They could kill one of our lands next turn, in which case we'd want the counterspell. I think this is a draw, and this can be a draw, so we're going to play the Spellbomb. And that way, if they do something big that we need a counterspell, we'll have that, and if they don't, then we can just kill the Spellbomb to draw a card. Oh, they can't enter the battlefield. It might not work that way. We will see. It's interesting. We'll take the damage. Okay, now what? Mr. Aetherclaw. Does it shut down Manifest Dread? Yeah, you can't cast non-creature spells from... Oh, non-creature spells from graveyards or exile. So you can cast creature cards from exile. But is it a cast? It's a manifest. I don't know. Anyways, we've got a Malevolent Rumble here. Which is a 2-mana spell. And I'm pretty sure this does stop my Spellbomb because it says when it is put into graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 1. If you do draw a card, it's not going to get put into the graveyard. The only thing I remember is we're going to have 2, 3, 4 mana. No, I'd rather stop their options here. So we're going to attempt to Spell Snare. We clicked correctly. Cool. And we'll go to end. Perfect. I am a fan. Why is it not being put in the graveyard? Because... Oh, you're right. You're right. It's not Leyline of the Void effect. They can't enter the battlefield, so they can enter there. Okay. Well, mistakes were made. Let's take a look. Thought Scour. We can mill 2, so it's going to go 4. That will give us our Oculus if we want it. And we'll have 2 mana for the counterspell. No, sorry, we won't. We don't have the mana for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can sack this, pay 1, draw a card if it's a land. Have 1, 2, no, we'll have 4. It's not quite enough. If it's a fetch land, then we'll have 6, and we could Oculus. That's probably the move. Yeah. I think we do that. So, sack it. Your graveyard goes away. Okay. Yes. Let me draw a card. So it works there. Consign. Okay. Okay. We like consign. We didn't get the land. Yeah, for sure. So we are just gonna sit. We're not unearthing. We can't unearth. We're not abhorrent oculusing. We're not gonna thought. We can thought scour if they end up doing nothing. So we're just gonna sit. Just gonna chill. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, this is cake command. Two, 4, 6. What is it? 6. X is 4. X is 3. All right. So they're scrying. They're getting stuff. The problem is I kind of need to let him have it, and they need to try to counter Big Daddy. Because yeah, that's the only option I have. I can counter this, but I won't have enough to counter something else. So go for it. Go digging. Be free. All right, let's see what they got. Swinging out. Yeah, okay. What? Yeah. No blockers. I take 2 down to 9. Second main phase. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't see 13, but well. I certainly wasn't planning on doing a lot of damage next turn. If we do this, we can have our cake and eat it too. So we can counter this and then still thought scour. Thanks, Pezler. Yeah, this is magic, Adrian. I'm very pensive. I'm a thoughtful boy. Okay, so end of turn stuff. We are going to scour ourselves. We can't get anything out of the graveyards currently, but we can still delete things in the graveyard, and we can still draw a frog, which makes me happy. Okay. The problem here is, cool, we can finally cast Oculus or Frog or Bowmaster here, but if they resolve anything big, we're just dead. So it puts us in a predicament. I think we sit. I hate to say it. We sit. We flash in Bowmasters if they don't do the big play. Otherwise, we need to be ready for the big play. Big Murktide would be cute later on when we have like a force in hand or something. So I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit and stay. I need to swing for the fences, which in this case actually means doing nothing. Your hair is now in the point of power. Your victory is assumed now. I know. We gotta conquer. Here we go. So they're gonna go and fetch. How you doing, Pezler? If you're just tuning in now, I'm just hanging out playing some Magic. It's Friday. Times are good. I'm not streaming tomorrow. Madness. We got Brian and Bridger playing. I'm probably going to be painting here at home. Okay, so what card are they grabbing? Yeah, he was here the whole time. And we don't have Consign to get rid of that trigger. So he's there. Today's the first of a 4-day weekend. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Congrats. Any fun plans? We're just going to chill out. Take some time off. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still only see 10 mana on the field. What am I missing here? I mean, they're killing their scions. It's happening. No, they're going. Nope. Yep, they're continuing. Oh, right. He has a discount. I always forget that. He costs 1 less for each card type among cards in your graveyard. Okay. So we've got 2 things. We've got the board wipe, which we don't care about. We would have loved to consign the mind control ability, obviously. But at the very least, we can counter himself. So we'll do that. Go ahead and kill all your creatures. Or is it only enemy? Oh my god. Of course. And beautiful. Thanksgiving's on Monday. Plans have fallen through, so it's just a nice relaxing holiday. I want to 3D print something, but I'm not sure what yet. Ooh. I don't know if you saw. I just 3D printed. I'm 3D printing something right now. It's a cool like wood elf big model. Because I moved the 3D printer. It was actually right here in my office, which is just like takes up a lot of space. And although I took all the precautions, it doesn't feel good having it at home. So been enjoying that. That sounds awesome. I also have to ask, Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving? Is it Canadian Thanksgiving? Are you in Canada? Canadian Thanksgiving 2024. It is. I didn't know you were Canadian. Well, happy early Thanksgiving. That is true. The coffee crisps. They are unearthing and then counterspelling themselves. Classic. I mean, we're still in it somehow. I don't have any more counterspells. Do I have to send you maple syrup to? No, but you could send more coffee crisps. Okay. So let's see. We got 3 mana. We can surveil, which sucks. We can Abhorrent Oculus. I could cycle to try to get another counterspell. I would cycle and then only have 1, so it would have to be like a Spell Pierce. They don't have enough for Emrakul right now, I don't think. I don't really feel like doing the math. So, yeah, we're gonna... just sewers real quick. Let's take a looky. Froggo. As much as it pains me. And then let's see if you're a good boy for Christmas. Yeah, that's fair. That's entirely fair. I don't know. I did black mana for that. Oculus. 6 cards. Lands in case we get Murktide. Artifacts and creatures also. 1, 2. I can't unearth anything right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll not touch the other Oculus. 6. Should be fine. Okay. Shields are officially down. I'm not feeling good about this matchup, folks. Okay, although, never say no to a second Oculus. You love to see it. American Christmas or Thanksgiving Christmas? I mean, or Canadian Christmas. Which is probably in like March or something. What is this? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. That could be Emrakul. If it is, I just scoop. Devour. It's gonna kill one of my boys. Oh, and the stupid Kozilek's return. My God. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's the only holiday that's separate. We have ours while it's still warm enough to barbecue. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Right, so they're choosing not to do the other one is what it is. Okay. They're choosing not to do the trigger on Kozilek's return. Which, it's, oh God, it's so good. This is why this is my favorite Eldrazi deck. I just think it's pretty dang awesome. I can't flip this. I don't want it to die. I'll die before my eye dies. We'll just take the damage in the face. Go down to 5. Does Kozilek's return players as well? No, just creatures. Okay. Alrighty. What do we have here? You know what'd be great right now? Shoot the sheriff. I think I might be dead on the board no matter what. We swing. No, we can Bowmaster in. We'll have 2. We'll bring in the Delta, just in case. We will pay to flip. Oh, it's 3 to flip. Woo! We're getting risky here. I'm doing it. Like I said, I think they've got me. But let's just do it. We'll do that. We will go to combat. We can still Bowmaster in. Swing out. My clock is also like dangerously low. Okay. Think. Yeah, we're just keeping this for Bowmaster because we need 2 blockers. Easy. And we're going to manifest. So we should actually have 3 blockers. Come on. Come on. Nah. All right. We want the spell in the graveyard for Murky Tea. So we'll manifest the land. Attack. Bring in stuff. We will just make it an island because we can't afford to take damage. We will bring in the Bowmasters. We'll ping this one here. Yep. And then we go to blockers. And we put 1 here and 1 here. Yep. And we live another day. You're allowed to have the talisman. I will allow it. You can have that one too. 2, 4. Ah, annoying. Yeah. Wish I had that Bowmaster. That's right. There's more where that came from. All right, let's go. Big draw. It's not a big draw. Okay. We're going to go here. We are going to go ahead and swing. Oh, we can't. We can't swing. There's no point in swinging. Because they've got the ring. A blue. A black. I cannot unearth. Pass the turn. Manifest. I would love a Bowmaster. Doesn't matter. We're scrapping here. Just tuning in, we're playing Magic, hanging out, playing some Oculus. All right, we got the 6er. 1, 2, 4, 6. We could kill it. We'll have nothing left on the board. They have a big duder. I have to block something, so we'll go. We'll block here. I think that is fine. Yeah. Question is, what do they do with all that mana? 2. They're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They can cast Emrakul. So if they draw him, I just lose. Like, that's game. So we'll see. It's a lot of mana. Yeah, there it is. GG's. Oh, man. Super fun, though. That was awesome. Well, folks, there it is. Oculus. We did lose both of our games, but we had a great time. I don't know. I really like this deck. I'm going to keep tweaking it, keep playing. At some point, I'll go ahead and do a league because, like we saw in the first matchup, you get kind of weird decks if you just do these modern tournament practices, just pick up games. They're great because they don't require any play points. You can just jump in, play, and just do like a one-off. And you can also tweak your deck. So as I'm tweaking my deck, this is nice because I can make adjustments without locking down all, that full set of games. But I'm very excited for this deck. I'm going to be taking it to MTGO Vegas in just a couple weeks. And I'm doing tweaks, but I think it's definitely, almost certainly going to be the Oculus variant. The big questions will continue to be how many Bowmasters do we bring in? The Bale Merkman from Duskborn, just continue to think about that sideboard too. So that's still a big question, but really enjoying it. And so again, I appreciate everyone hanging out. This was just, again, I wanted to just play Magic and chill with everyone. So thanks for spending these couple hours with me. Let's see. Pezler says, did you see the Wergen Warbard I posted in Hobby Progress? This is what happens when you try a new resin on untested settings on a new PC. Sometimes you just have to ride the ragged edge of disaster. I did not see that. Do I have Discord up? It's in Hobby Progress. Let's see. This is over on the Tabletop Titans Discordium Leviosa. And I scrolled all the way down for Magic. Hobby Progress. What time was this posted? Oh, I see it. Whoa. I mean, that turned out great. Oh my god. That looks awesome. Is the loot bent, or is that's part of it? It just kind of worked out. Yeah, that looks sick. That's amazing. Super jealous. Like I said, I'm trying to print like a small, like a 54-ish millimeter model right now, for some painting. So I like it. Very nice. What's up, Saul? Unfortunately, you're catching us just at the very end of the stream. But I appreciate you stopping by. We've just been playing some Magic, working on my new deck, and it's been a blast. So frankly, I think we will try to announce shows ahead of time, but I'm also trying to not limit myself to that. Like if I feel like jumping on playing some Magic, I'm just gonna do it. So definitely let me know and let us know in the comments below what other kinds of formats and things you want to see and play. I also just saw logging in today. This thing is happening. A horror cube, which sounds super sick. Like that would be super fun to play. Just let us know what kinds of Magic content you want to see. We'd love to do it. So this is a fun little passion project. So it's an absolute blast. With that, thank you so much for hanging out, and I will catch you all next time on the tabletop. Bye.